The Too Rich to Miss podcast.
What the deal, everybody? Welcome to Too Rich to Miss Unscripted. And in today's video, we are going to be, of course, talking about the markets. We are going to be talking about Europe, about to introduce a CBDC. We are going to be talking about, once again, reiterating why Bitcoin. And we're going to be talking about decentralized finance briefly. And once again, showing you the reason why you got to be careful out there. Let's get it.
The Too Rich to Miss podcast.
All right, let's go ahead on and hop right into today's show. Welcome to Too Rich to Miss Unscripted. At this show, we are all about educating you about crypto news, crypto finance, finance in general, and helping you to think about things properly and challenge you to think about things that you may not have thought about. I am your host, Mr. Too Rich, your Southern urban voice, the greatest and hottest voice in cryptocurrency right now and in the space, bringing in the older generation to let you guys know that it's safe over here and helping everybody navigate what's going on. My primary logo and catchphrase, other than rich relevant conversations, is the most important color is green. If you got your money right, then it doesn't solve all problems, but it can solve, I'll probably say, about 96-97% of them. Get with me in the comments and see, and let me know your thoughts. But anyway, to the 98% of you, well, actually it's went down to about 95% of you. To the 95% of you that watch my videos that have not yet subscribed to the channel, please leave me a comment and let me know what I can do to gain you as a subscriber and to get these numbers up here as we are doing real things, talking to real people. And also be sure to follow me. You can catch me on my YouTube channel at Too Rich to Miss, by the way. And you can catch me on Instagram at Too Rich to Miss. And you can also catch me on Twitter at Too Rich to Miss. That's the number 2. So, and when you're catching me over there, be sure to follow me. I'm always tweeting about what's happening. You'll find links to the articles that I'm going to be talking about down here as well. And you're going to be also finding some very good, useful tools and things that you can use to help you along, like right here where we're looking at cryptotrader.tax. It really helps to kind of, if you use a lot of different exchanges, which I do recommend that you have a lot of different off ramps, and that's something that we can always talk about in more depth, because you want to make sure that you have your off ramps when things start to really pop. And a lot of people start to jump, and people start to get that oh shit moment and start to really FOMO in, and your bags have really pumped crazy, and you're starting to get out, and these exchanges start getting flooded, and the gas fees go up through the sky again, and all of these other things are happening, and you want to try to take advantage and take some profits off the table. You want to be able to have multiple places to go and to be able to do that. And what Crypto Trader Tax does is, when you've done all of that, it makes it easy to generate all of those reports that you need to get over to your accountant. And it's a really, really cool and wonderful thing. Go through, check it out. If you are out there doing a lot of trading and getting, well, not a lot of trading, but if you're investing in this crypto market and have been using various different exchanges, it'll make it a lot easier for you because it can aggregate all that information in for you. All right, and also just in the event that you did want to get with me perhaps and have a consultation to get any direct information about setting up properly your cryptocurrency portfolio, or at least not your portfolio, or setting up your wallets and all of those things, and making sure that you get into the right directing you into the right places, being your tour guide into this wonderful world of crypto, and kind of telling you some of the safe places to go, because I believe in capital preservation. I believe in being a dollar cost averager, and I understand that a lot of the people, especially when we start talking about people in my age range, when we're going into the over 40 crowd, there's a lot of the over 40 crowd that just quite frankly don't understand the whole nuts and bolts of it. A lot of them have great careers already, and they're doing wonderful things, and they might want to get into crypto and invest into crypto and just be one of the people that are onboarded into the space, but they honestly don't have time to go through and see the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet. They're not going to take the time to look at all of the videos and to see which are the best exchanges, who has the lowest fees right now. They're not going to go through and make a list of the different exchanges and provide a breakdown of the different fees from the different exchanges and give recommendations for the different exchanges in one place. They're not going to go through and take all of the time to gather that information. They don't have time for all of that. They don't have time to go through and look at the articles and keep up with the market and and do all of the things that it takes, and to know how to properly store your password phrase and some things to do and what not to do, and how to properly, and what is gas and Gwei, and what is a decentralized exchange? Should I even use it? Why would I use it? All of these things that if you just kind of want it all condensed down into, okay, this is the car, this is the key, you put it in the ignition, here's how you drive, this is what, if you just want some step-by-step, you don't want to know how the car is built, you just want to drive. If you just want to drive and you want to get a consultation, I'm available. Just come to this link you're seeing right here, and you can get with me, and we can go through and get you set up the right way. Now, obviously not financial advice, just giving you taking you on a tour and telling you which way to go, and giving you the safe places to go that I have found to be safe, that I actually currently do right now with my own money and my own portfolio. But having said all of that, let's get hop right into the markets. So we are looking pretty good right about now. We can see that the map is green, not too much any big pops or anything all around. Of course, now if we went through and dug around, I mean, we could really find some good pops on some things, but for the most part, everybody's doing all right. Bitcoin is still staying above that $10,500 level. It has been above 10,000 for going on over 70 days straight now. So Bitcoin doing what it does, Ethereum doing what it does at 351 right now, and they got layer 2 that we think may be coming out here within the next, that we think maybe that we may see it this year. It'll be cool to see layer 2. If layer 2 on Ethereum comes out and they're able to get these gas prices down, Ethereum is going to pop and really go up. So just my thoughts, not financial advice, but I mean, you already know, if you've watched any of my videos on the channel, you know that two of the easiest things that I'm confident in long term, just speaking for myself, not financial advice, this is just two of the things that I know that I'm going to hold are Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, if you go and look at all that is built on top of Ethereum is so woven into the cryptocurrency market, it's undeniable. Now, granted, there's a ton of other coins that their use case over time can be debated, and even with Ethereum, there's a lot of people that, if you really want to get into the techies, and there's some people that'll say, okay, there's some things that do work better than Ethereum. Yeah. What are they? I mean, and of course we can go through and say that there's Tron and and that Cardano, and I hold Cardano. I'm a fan of Tron. I like Tron, and it's just personally, I haven't bought any Tron just yet, but there's who knows what could happen here, to be honest with you. But the one thing that I do know, looking at the way the market is going right now, and if we're going over talking in the time frames that I'm looking at over, I mean, in the next 3 to 5 years, Ethereum is going to be a beast, one way or the other. Even with these other players coming into fruition, Ethereum is going to be here at least for the next 3 to 5. And of course, anything could change, but hey, that's just, that's my commentary, my opinion. We're looking at, on this channel, I'm talking about things from a longer term perspective, from a capital preservation perspective. I'm not one of these guys. I'm not trying to build a channel that's going to be over here just shilling a bunch of bullshit coins. I mean, if the coin is good and it works, then it works, but I'm not going to be the one that's going to be over here just shilling a bunch of coins to my audience and to the people that trust and listen to me, especially as I'm going through onboarding more of my people. And when I say my people, I'm speaking of my age group. As I go through to educate my age group that it's okay and you can make money over here, especially once the masses kind of find out what's really happening and what's really going on out here. So markets are looking good. There's obviously nothing has really popped too major. There's still a lot of good stuff on sale. So obviously do your own research and get out there and get that and get that going. So all right, DeFi. DeFi is a wonderful little thing. You guys know I like DeFi because it's finance. I believe that the decentralized finance market is gonna. I don't think it's going to really go through and knock centralized finance completely away. But I think the more people understand how, once the regular people and the masses really get to understand how decentralized finance works, and honestly, once people understand how finance in general works, because there's a lot of people who don't even understand how finance works right now, and that's done on purpose. So the more we actually understand how this works, the more we'll be able to take advantage of it, and the more we'll be able to go through and avoid some of the BS that's running around out here and be able to protect our capital. And also, something I did almost forget about, Crypto.com. Now, Crypto.com is one of the easiest places to go through and get and buy your crypto, and their fees are really low. And so if you're going through and you're getting brand new into this market, Crypto.com is an easy way to get started in crypto. You can get your crypto on and off of their exchange really easily and really quickly. Once your transactions are confirmed, if you want to move it off of their exchange onto your cold wallet, under your cold storage wallet, or into your hot wallet, it's real simple to do. They don't hold none of your crypto for a long period of time. They accept your credit card or your debit card. Unlike Voyager, for example, I use Voyager, and they hold a part of your crypto. When you do a transaction with them, it was not a good experience for even someone like me that is technologically inclined, and I dig into this stuff. So Crypto.com, great space, great app, real simple, easy to use. They have staking up there. They have the Crypto.com card that you can get money back when you use that. And the thing that I like about it the most, it's a real good off-ramp. You can get your crypto from your cold storage wallet over onto the exchange right through your app. You can get it over there. You can load it from the wallet, from the exchange wallet, directly over onto your Crypto.com card. And if you need to go to the ATM, boom, you can go to the ATM, and all this can be done in a matter of minutes, to be quite honest with you. So So like I said, you know, it's a real simple, easier thing to do. So crypto.com, a great thing to work on, to get with. And the best part about it, when you click on the link in the description below, there's an extra $50 in it for you as well when you use our link. So let's get on into the news and get this get the show moving on along here. European Central Bank assesses potential digital euro CBDC issuance. Now, this is always a very intriguing thing, you know, and I know that there's going to be people, especially in the older crowd, who doesn't fully understand how the whole technology and all of this works. But see, when you start integrating the central banks into cryptocurrency, it's a totally different thing. Because see, with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin isn't controlled by anyone. So if that no one can go through and turn off my Bitcoin. I want you to kind of keep that one in mind for a minute. That was one of those, think about it for a minute. Because see, this is now, and even though this is in the EU, and we all know that over here in the United States, we move so slow with things. So this, if anything jumps off with a CBDC, it'll definitely happen over there before it happens over here. But the key point that I want people to keep in mind here, number one, when people are talking about things like this, it brings more attention to the space, and it helps more mass adoption, and it helps more people to start to educate themselves about the industry. But the one thing that I want people to understand with the central bank digital currency is it is going to be controlled, monitored, and heavily controlled and monitored. Did I mention it was going to be controlled and extensively monitored? Now, I know what some of you might say. Some of you might say that, well, yeah, Richard, this is true, but you can see what's going on the blockchain as well. Now, this is true, but you can see what's happening on the blockchain, but do you really know whose wallets those are? Who's attached to those wallets? Is it you? Is it me? Is it not? Who is it? You know what I'm saying? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, a serious injustice happens that you decide you want to protest about. Let's say that you are very influential and you decide to get out and start to make some noise that your government doesn't like. A CBDC can be very easily cut. But you don't hear me though. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to think about this, and I'm gonna leave you with this because here's the most important part, and it does kind of go right in line with what I'm talking about. On several occasions, European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde stressed the importance of keeping in stride with the booming digital age. However, she rectified that though Europe may potentially benefit from a digital euro if the central bank decides to go forward with the project, it will most likely complement fiat currency. It would not replace it. And in other news, why Microstrategy invested $425 million in Bitcoin rather than gold. This is one of those stories that I just like to kind of put out there to remind people who will be sitting back, sitting back and kind of wondering what's going on with Bitcoin and why I say some of the things that I say about it and why other people actually say what they say about it. Is this company has $425 million that they could have done anything with, and this is 425 million extra dollars. So this means that they have made, I mean, good God, well over billions. And you can comfortably say that God only knows how much money. Well, we can actually look at the report if we really wanted to. But let's just say that they are comfortable. And in the midst of them being comfortable, as opposed to leaving their money in the bank in cash and having to, and really knowing the true rate of inflation, and knowing what's really going on, because if you're making that much money and you've made that much money, it's safe to say that you have access to people, just really smart people whose only thought is to increase that bottom line and preserve that almost half a billion dollars, you might as well say. So I said all of that to say that it would be safe to call our Microstrategy smart money. So smart money puts $425 million in Bitcoin. Now this is what we know because he's just kind of ballsy to come out and say it. How many other corporations are doing the same things that he's done? How many of his other friends that he's told how he did all of this without even moving the price of Bitcoin because the robots didn't catch it on the blockchain, because they did it in such a way that it appeared that they just blended right in? How many other people are out there blending in doing this? And this is the reason why the market really isn't reacting that much to this negative information as well. There's something going on in the background that a lot of us haven't, that a lot of us aren't seeing, you know, and by the time most of us see it, we're going to be having an oh shit moment. Now, when we talk about, and it's kind of like people like this, right? And if you follow me on Twitter, these articles will be in my Twitter feed. Now, this particular guy, this particular person here says Bitcoin will rise to over $1 trillion market. He's talking about $1 trillion in market cap, total market cap, not per coin. Bitcoin will rise to over $1 trillion in the next 10 years. Tesla investors BTC value prediction. All right, now he's talking about the market cap, and we're not going to go through this article too much. But see, here's the thing. These are the few people that will come out and actually say these things. You know, and if you go through and read through this article, you know, this is a guy that has made quite a bit. The person that they're talking about, that they're referencing in this article, he caught Tesla before Tesla rolled up to what it is right now. And he's kind of looking at Bitcoin in the same, eyeing Bitcoin in the same way, like, ooh, this is in the midst of having a run up. He's just one of the ones to sit here and talk about it. And once again, we're talking about somebody who's already made money. This is some from people who've made money already. So they're eyeballing their next win. And in the midst of eyeballing their next win, they see it as Bitcoin. Now, in the midst of Bitcoin, and obviously I know that there's a lot of you that might watch these videos and say, well, man, we don't even know what all this is really about for real. What's up with it really? And how does it apply to me? Everybody's situation is different. This is why you'll hear in this space a lot, DYOR, do your own research. We are here to spark your brain to do your own research, because your situation is different, and the whole point of decentralized finance is taking control of your own finances and not depending on a bank or anything else. I want you to also think about something here. How hard, I mean, see, this is the thing that a lot of us don't understand. You have to wire some money, right? Your beloved relative that you love dearly and will do anything for is in Europe. You're in America. It's 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night in America. They call you, they need $50,000. Now, assuming that everybody's great and wonderful and that it's not a problem or a burden or anything like that, let's just say you want to be able to send them to 50 grand. The way it sits, you could either wait until it's Saturday at night. Banks aren't open until Monday. All right. You're not going to get a bank to go through and do anything for you over the weekend. You're going to have to wait till Monday. The person that you're your relative may be in dire straits. They may need that money for whatever reason. That's, just hypothetically speaking here. Now with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but specifically Bitcoin, you can act in this industry, same situation, Saturday night, 2:30 in the morning, all banks and all financial institutions are closed. That same relative you love and care about dearly calls you, said they need $50,000. You're like, okay, no problem, I got you. All they do, you come to your wallet, you move it out of your wallet into their wallet. Once the transaction confirms, 30 minutes, hour. If the network is congested, a few hours max. That transact usually in minutes, but let's just say worst case scenario, the network is congested, few hours max. It's over there, it's done, and that's that. Transaction fees and all of that are minimal. When you compare, and more so than that, the time is minimal. It's done. This is what we do over here in crypto. You can move money as you wish, when you wish, without having to go through and worry about an intermediary that you have to deal with to get from here to there, or having to go to Western Union and go through and do it that way, or go to MoneyGram and go through and do that, because you still have to find the MoneyGram and go to a place. And once again, if it's early in the morning, sure, you can go to 7-Eleven or something, but let's sit. It'll be a whole lot easier to just roll over and pick up your phone, or go to your laptop and just tap and send. I found an article for today. We want to go and talk about that, even though in the midst of everything going on, especially if you get out here and you start to speculate, DeFi, there's a lot that you can make in DeFi, but also you have to be really careful, because just like this article is talking about Yearn, YFI, this one, even as of right now, let me just go through and we can just pull up YFI, because see, this is the one, before I even pull it up, YFI was trading at about $37,000 per coin, and there are people that rolled it up, and everybody was talking about it's the greatest of this and that and the third, and everybody's running up and making it do what it do. Let's actually go over, let's see what YFI is right now, because see, if you're not paying attention to this stuff and you get out here, and it's at 19,000 now. It's looking at 19,000 per coin now. It was at almost 40 grand. And so this has been taking a tumble. That's the 24-hour chart. Let's go to the 14-day. See, we've been taking a tumble here over the last 14 days. Let's go the last 30 days. This is why risk management is so important. If you got in, when this thing was up around here, this thing was up at $42,000 at one particular point in time. And I did a video about this one too. I saw this one. This was like way at $4,000, and I had $2,000, and I did not jump on it. But if you were one of those ones, if you would have had this thing and you were holding this up at 42 grand or $43,000, and you did not take profit off the table, and you are still holding this thing all the way right about now, and it's then dropped 50% of its value from there to here. We less than 20 grand. It was over 43,000. Come on, y'all. So we have to we have things move quickly over here in crypto. we got to be careful, and we got to, we got to know we got to manage our risk properly, because anything can happen, and the same thing with the stock market as well. Anything can happen over there. But in the midst of it all, I appreciate you taking your time to watch this video and listen to this great, magnificent voice speak to you for almost 30 minutes today. I thank you so much for checking out my videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. To all of you 96% of you out there that watch my videos and don't subscribe, drop a comment and let me know what I can do to earn you as a subscriber. And as always, the only color that matters is green. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye, Bitcoin. Peace.
The Too Rich to Miss podcast.